Hello there everyone, Ashnflash here, and welcome on into a LEGO Marvel Superheroes news video. Today we got our first look at 4 out of the rumored 5 sets that are supposed to be releasing on January the 1st of 2022. Now the reason I say that it's rumored is because the other set that we don't have here is the Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness set. Now I'm not sure what's happening with that. It could be delayed because the movie has been delayed, so I don't really know what's happening there, but I just thought that I would mention that. That's actually set number 76205, and we don't really know too much more about that, no set name or anything. We just know based off of the code name that it was from that movie. So anyways, we do have our first look at some really interesting stuff, so let's go ahead and let's get started. So the very first set here we have is set number 76202. This is the Wolverine mech armor, and this actually is going to be retailing for $9.99 USD or $13.99 Canadian. It has 141 pieces and 1 minifigure, and look at that. I'm shocked. Like I'm also confused at the same time. Like the fact here that I'm looking at the packaging, because I love packaging. The Wolverine logo there is at the top, so it's not X-Men. But then at the bottom right, we've got the X-Men logo. So I just think that it's really interesting that it's branded under Wolverine and it's not branded under the X-Men, which has never really happened for him. So, or any set that he's been in, I mean. So that's really interesting. And by the way, all the sets that you're going to see here, we're going to be able to get early from LEGO and Land to do reviews for. So subscribe and turn on the bell notification so you don't miss out on those. So anyways, this set though, the mech, it's actually really cool. I think this is one of the better mechs, just looking at like the shoulder pads, and I like the use of those huge blade pieces for the Wolverine claws, and even the belt with the X and the X-Men logo there on the chest as well. Getting all this in yellow. I really love this. I think this is a very solid looking mech. The figure, however, I'm not sure. I think that just looking at it, I feel like there's something missing. I can't really put my finger on it. But once, I get my hands on this, I definitely want to like compare it to the other figures that we have. But yeah, it's just kind of interesting. I don't know what it is. Something just seems off about it. It doesn't appear that Wolverine has his hairpiece included for you to be able to remove the mask. So that is a first here. And the mask, I believe, is just the exact same piece that we got from before all those years ago. Just, yeah, it's definitely different than the one that came in the DC thing. So yeah, they brought it back. Pretty cool. But let's move over now to set number 76203. This is the Iron Man mech armor. This is going to be retailing for $9.99 USD or $13.99 Canadian. It has 130 pieces, and interesting, very interesting. The color scheme, I really wasn't expecting this. It's branded under the Avengers, that like those classic ones that were tied loosely to the Square Enix game, but it's using like the new Infinity Saga packaging, which I meant to mention before. But yeah, it's interesting. It definitely is giving me like Mark 42 vibes here, which I think is really interesting. I'm just trying to scan through the description to see if they talk about like the reasoning behind it being gold or anything like that. But I am very glad that it is actually different than the last Iron Man armor one that we got. So I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, again, the gold is very interesting. It also has like the new stud shooter there, or it's like the one the Penguin had, but it can attach to studs, and I think it's upside down as well. So that's really interesting. And then he's got like a glittery sparkle transparent blue like protection shield, so that's pretty neat. And the figure itself, again, it's kind of the Mark 42 ish, but it's like the using the newer helmet. So yeah, I don't know, it's very interesting. I don't know how I feel about that, but let me know if you're like, no, this is this suit from the comics or this is this suit from the game. But I really don't know. Moving on over now to set number 76204. This is the Black Panther mech armor, and this is going to be retailing for $9.99 USD or $13.99 Canadian. It has 124 pieces. This is the smallest one out of the 3. And it is also branded under the Avengers. It is not branded under Black Panther. So that's why I think it's really interesting. Like, it wasn't branded under Iron Man. It wasn't branded under Black Panther. They were all branded here under the Avengers. So, yeah, strange that they did Wolverine and not the X-Men. But the figure itself is really, really cool. I know that I'm jumping ahead of myself here looking at the figure, but what I find interesting is that he comes with claws. Black Panther has never done that before in any other set, and it's just strange that he has, the exact same claws that Wolverine is using. But what's strange here as well is that he comes with this alternative head, and I love that face. It looks really great. But then he's also using his new hairpiece, but it's just strange. Like, why didn't Wolverine get his hair, and it didn't show Tony with his hair either, which is normally a staple for Tony as well. So maybe it's included, they just didn't show it in the pictures. I'm not really too sure. And this is actually a brand new Black Panther figure, I believe, there with that torso design. And this face itself was actually a reuse from the Queer Eye set from the summer. And it's interesting because the suit is like powered up with like the purple effect or whatever, when he gets punched a lot and he does the explosion, which is like what we kind of got in the summer. And you could see as well that he does come with the regular mask there and the horn pieces there in black to put that on top. Here's the other set. This is set number 76206. This is the other set. It's branded under the Infinity Saga, which is really cool, and I'm glad to see. And yeah, it's very interesting. This is the Iron Man figure retailing for $39.99 USD or $49.99 Canadian. This is literally my live reaction. I'm just looking at this here, and some of it I'm like, this looks really good, and then others I'm like, ooh, I don't know about the shape of this. But what's interesting about this is this the new Batmobile? It's got a plaque there. Is this going to be our new little minifigure scale, Batmobile, like where we're going to get more figures like this that has it with a little plaque? But yeah, let's take a look at this up close and zoom on into that plaque just to kind of see what they're talking about. It says it is the Mark 43, which is the one from Avengers Age of Ultron. So not sure why they would pick that again next year. 10 years, Lego Marvel superheroes, 10 years from the first Avengers movie. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Again, I think the legs, the arms, the torso, really good. But the side of the head, at least the back of it, it's just a little too blocky, or I don't know, maybe it's just this picture. But I think this is really, really interesting. It doesn't have anyone to fight against, or there's nothing else in the scale, but it says down below, like recreate different things. So you've got one. I guess if you want to see more of these, buy this to support it. But yeah, it's got the light brick in the center of the chest. So I'm surprised actually with the price of this. It doesn't seem that expensive. I would think that the figure itself would be that price, but to add in there the arc reactor with the light up, I think that's pretty cool. But anyways, everyone, what do you think of these 4 sets? I'd love to hear your thoughts on them. Are you going to pick these up on January the 1st? And also, of course, don't forget, we've also got those Spider-Man 4+ Junior sets coming out in January as well, which you could check out the video at the end here on as well. Like I said before, subscribe, turn on the bell notification so you don't miss out on future LEGO Marvel Superheroes news, and then those early reviews that we're going to be able to have here on the channel. But I hope you guys did enjoy the video, and I hope you all have a great day. I'll see you all in the next one.